Good day. My name is Bill Carr. I'm the Chief Mobility Architect at Com Solutions Company, and welcome to another Aruba Tech Tip. Today we'd like to talk to you about the new dashboard presented in Aruba OS 6.x and how to obtain the most valuable client AP and RF data from it to assist you in running your network on a day-to-day basis and also doing client and AP troubleshooting. Let's get started. In the 6.x software, when we log into the controller, rather than being presented with the monitoring tab by default, there's a new tab called Dashboard. When we first land on the dashboard page, we're going to see a list of tabs down the left-hand side, and we'll be on the Performance tab initially. The Performance tab gives us an overview of our client count, so we have a total of 20 clients, and our overall good put for our APs. Good put is actually our number of frames minus frames dropped or retransmitted. So rather than actual throughput data, we actually get data that truly does make it end-to-end. The dashboard is color-coded. We have green, blue, orange, and red. Of course, things in the green and blue are desired, and things as we move orange to red are undesired. We get some summaries here on the Client tab for physical connectivity. And that physical association is either at A, B, or G rate. We also can see our 802.11n or high throughput clients, one here at the 802.11g high throughput, and one on a 40 megahertz channel, or actually 6, I should say, on the 40 megahertz channel 802.11n radio as well. So we'll walk through some of the tabs, but one of the things that's very important is we can actually narrow this down by all radios or 5 gigahertz or 2.4. And also, any of these charts that we see that we want to actually get more data on, we can actually trend over a period of time. Now, granted, this period of time is a relatively short period of time, 10, 15 minutes, but can give us a history of what was going on with that particular parameter. We can do that for our client count. We can do it for our good put over a short period of time. So this is a very good mechanism to allow us to get this data over a short period of time, and then utilize something like Airwave for our long-term trending. Since we're on the Performance tab, I thought I'd just quickly mention some of this data here is actually some of the most valuable data when we look at client association issues, areas where there's problematic RF coverage. We look for things such as noise floor. A noise floor that is perhaps lower than minus 85. We need a signal separation of about 20. So we might have some areas here where we have an AP that has a high noise floor. This is data that's making it tough to distinguish the difference between the background noise and the actual signal from an AP. We can also look at some other percentages of channel busy. So if we have APs that are in areas where there's a lot of overlap, there's competing RF, we may see that some of these numbers will creep up. And those give us some opportunities for tuning as well. And then interference percentage. So if we see that our interference percentage is low, in this case most are below 10% and only one is between 10 and 20%, that gives us a pretty good quick view of the overall RF health. So now I've moved to the Usage tab. We get a total summary of our clients, and then low data rate clients, low usage clients. We get a summary of which clients are on which wireless LANs. We also get details on the APs, the client bit rate to and from the client and the AP, and then the usage per wireless LAN. So now I've moved down to the Security tab, which gives us our table of discovered APs and clients, and also some of our IPS and IDS classifications. So we've discovered these APs similar to the Events tab that used to exist. These are our rogue APs that are discovered. Suspected rogues, interfering, which we've seen in the air but not necessarily on the wired side. Neighboring APs, these are either interfering or rogue APs that have been reclassified, and of course our valid APs. Granted, these numbers may look a little scary, however this is also a remote AP deployment, so we may not have flagged some of our home users authorized home rogue APs, and you'll see them listed here, which is good because that actually allows us to see that there are, for example, 4 clients associated to this rogue AP, and we can actually get additional detail, as you can see here, on that particular device, MAC address, BSSID, the SSID, what channel it's on, number of times we've seen this event, when it was discovered, and what it was discovered by. So it's very, very, very useful for us to get details on where rogues may exist. We also get actual other events that may occur out here. And these are other IDS, IPS events, but are not necessarily tied to rogue classifications. So here, for example, we see a valid client. This is a client that has associated to us in the past, has moved to a rogue AP. And this is most likely one of our client devices that someone has taken home and simply associated to a home SSID. If we were to mark that rogue AP as valid, we wouldn't see this. But this is very useful, especially from a troubleshooting perspective. I have had scenarios where, especially with wrap deployments, where an end user may take their work laptop home and then not realize that they have their home SSID as a higher priority. And then the users roam to that SSID because it's a higher priority, and some of their applications break. So very, very important to keep that in mind. Now move to the wireless LANs tab. When we get a summary of our wireless LANs, number of clients, APs, radio supporting them, good put on those wireless LANs. We also get details here of the APs that are supporting them, number of clients. Each of these columns can be sorted, so I can actually sort by the number of clients on a radio. I can sort by the usage on a radio. I can also sort by things such as device type, so I'll sort these device types. And perhaps maybe I want to simply look only for a particular device type, so let's look for Windows 7 devices. That's going to give me my Windows 7 devices, and then I can actually clear that. Now I'm actually moved to the access points tab, and we can actually see these are our access points. We're actually looking at radio mode, which is access. If we were doing mesh portal, mesh point, we'd be able to sort by that as well. We can sort by number of clients on a radio, sort by noise floor, transmit power. We can also search by good put, frames retried, and again, we can separate this by radios. We can also change which columns are displayed. So we can decide that maybe we want to see the air quality metrics or client counters to and from the particular clients. I'm actually going to leave the air quality metrics up here. So we can then look at airtime from the AP and to the AP, and we can actually sort on these columns as well. So this becomes a very, very easy way for us to gauge if we have interference, overutilization, or capacity issues that we need to address. And now we've moved down to the Clients tab. Again, we can sort by physical association type, the device type, which role is assigned to the user, their signal to noise ratio and speed. We can then also get details on a particular client as well. So we can take a client and actually get some details over a period of time. We can see which AP they're on. We can get air quality stats for that particular client and drill down to some transmit and receive stats as well. Frame retry rate's very low. Everything looks quite good, and we actually get a summary here of the normal state of their speed and good put quality. So I realize this was a brief view of our dashboard, but we hope that this is a good introduction to using the dashboard for quick RF data from either an AP, a wireless LAN, or a client, so that you can get an idea of what further troubleshooting you need to do. If there's any questions or you'd like some follow-up data from us, please feel free to visit our website at www.comsolutions.com. And thank you for viewing.